Good to be here with you once again, brother. I thought we did this a few weeks ago, and I looked at the clips on my YouTube. It downloads like quick ones and throws some stuff up there automatically. Anyway, and I guess it was January 7th. I guess we did this. Um, that's an important day, actually. That's my brother's birthday, but it's also the day that Renee Good was killed. So I guess we did our last one over a month and a half ago.
Oof. Well,
Crazy.
that's too long.
No
We can't
shit.
we
I
can't go
agree.
that long without hanging out, bro.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Plus, we need to go like out, like to lunch or brunch or breakfast or fuck. We don't even have to eat. We could just go on a nature walk or something. Look at that. You Bane?
I know it's kind of a Bane type mask, huh?
Kind of. I mean, do you wear that like where did you get that and what's the significance? I'm curious.
So we got it for Halloween for the kids a few years back, and I keep like all of like their toys and stuff that they don't want anymore.
Oh, there you
I get all
go.
the hand-me-down toys from the kids.
Well, honestly, that's where I got this hat. This was for the boy for Christmas, and I was like, that is the coolest shit in the world. Big time Zelda fan. The 40th anniversary of the original game just came and went when it dropped in Japan. So that was within the last couple days or a few days. So I got him this hat thinking, oh, he's gonna love it because he loves Zelda. And I don't know if it's the ball on the end. Maybe he's not a fan of balls. I'm not sure. But he didn't ever wear it, and I had another one that was just a plain black with some gray, and he asked one day when he was going out in the cold, he's like, "Oh, is anybody using that hat?" And I'm like, it's mine, but I'll tell you what, you never wear that Zelda one I got you a few years ago. We're swapping, and as long as you're good with it," and he was good with it, so now this is mine. I'm kinda glad.
Yeah, fair enough.
I like cool shit. What's up, you guys? Wow,
How's it
75
going?
people already. We
We
got
we've got
75.
we do, yes. We got people saying stuff already even.
Yeah,
Can we have subtitle? I don't know if you can. I can't turn on subtitles. Seems how they're hard of hearing. Should I yell this? Val, I'm not able to turn on subtitles.
I
Sorry.
don't yeah, I don't think you could do them live, but when we send this out to everybody, I think it does, put subtitles on it when we email it to everybody, so if you have a hard time hearing it, just wait till we're done with it. Within an hour, we'll out to everybody, all our subscribers, and I think those I know my, regular podcast are closed captions, so this, I think we probably have an option for the what do you call it? It's not even called closed. What am I trying to say? Oh, I can't think. Big shot.
uh, cl-
It's closed captioning, but there's
Subtitles?
a term on there that like subtitled maybe. That's what I'm probably thinking anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know. So someone asked, "What will we be discussing today?" I need to move my screen up so I can see if I can see more.
You simply adopted to the dock. I was born in it.
Oh, and that even makes a little. I was bored in the something or the other. I forget. Municipal hospital, like general hospital. I don't. What did Bane think? I can't recall.
I do think it was something like that. I think it was something like you simply adapted to the dock. I was born in it.
Orbit. That's right, that's right. I heard an announcer on a game, say that shit. I was like, "Damn, he's really good at it." It was Stacey King that used to play for the Bulls. He's one of the 2 announcers for the current Chicago Bulls. He played with Michael Jordan, and he's funny, so he'll do impressions and shit, and he's just goofy, and he was doing Bane because there's a player with the last name Bane, and that's why he was doing it. That was
Oh, what the
funny,
hell,
now
Bob?
that I think
Bob,
about it.
What are you talking about, Bob? Bob, we haven't even started having a conversation yet, Bob. Keep it in your pants, bro. You're getting a little bit too wily there with your coyote.
I didn't even say with your coyote. I didn't even see Bob's comment. I'm getting literally 1 thing on here. Usually it shows 2 of them. But I don't know if that's because you initiated it. That's how we put like top and who's on top and who's on bottom. Guess I'm a bottom today, at least on my side.
You're
You
on.
like,
See,
yeah, that's
I'm doing
right.
mine from my PC, and you're on top on my PC.
Oh,
On some
interesting.
different
Okay.
platforms, I can switch it around and stuff, but not on
Mhm.
Substack.
I think they recently made it where we can do it from our PCs, but I like the stand because it can hit me at a higher level so that when I'm at the PC, it's not just looking at my big. fat Godfather chin here. Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah,
so yeah, I'm on phone, you're on PC. Okay, I love your shelves back there. I
thank
noticed
you.
when you had Brandon on the other day, he mentioned, I think, or maybe it was your other friend. Oh, I forget the one that was really good with history. I think it was him that maybe mentioned how your shelves looked and your cool stuff up there, your swag. Do you know who I'm talking about? He
Yeah,
was a
yeah, I know who you're talking about. Gosh dang
yeah.
it, you just asked if I know who you're talking about, so naturally my brain is like, "Nope, I don't know anymore, Kenyon, I'm done." Jim. It was fucking Jim, that's right.
Yeah,
Jim
that's
the
right.
historian.
Hey,
He usually
Jim's
comes
cool.
in and says hi. I don't know if he's going to this time, but, he usually does. Jim,
Okay.
are you there? You there, Jim? Jim. Hey, Jim. Jim, talk to me, Jim. Never let go, Jim. God damn it.
Earth to
I
Jim. Beam me up, Jimmy.
So I always drink a energy drink with these, and this is the first time I've had this one. It's
Mhm.
actually pretty good. I'm going to say I don't usually like if you've listened to me before. Anybody who's listened to me before knows that I usually talk shit about the energy drink I'm drinking because it's usually just garbage. But this one is Ghost is the brand, and it's orange cream. Share it there a little right there. Ghost and orange cream, and it actually has a really good flavor. It reminds me of like an actual creamsicle or orange soda, you know. And
Mhm.
dude, it is. I don't feel jittery yet. You never know how long that'll last, but I feel fucking energy that I haven't felt in a while right this second, man.
That's cool. I also like that
Mhm.
you have it wrapped up, for her protection. Um, yeah, you got to make sure
And
that
comfort.
yeah, practice safe energy drinking, you guys. It's for
Yes,
real.
exactly. Well,
Pardon
and
my
it's
finger. Is
got this little symbolism right here. This is if you know, you know type of thing.
that a pentagram?
It's a logo for something. I can't
Oh,
say because it's an if you know, you know type of thing.
I don't know, so I guess I'll just be shit out of luck for understanding it, but that's all right.
I'll tell you later. I'll tell you later. Shh.
All
I'll
right.
tell you later.
Would that say if you guys are mouthy, I'd hate to what? I can't read it.
Mouthy, I'd hate to see mousy. I
Mousy?
think
Huh.
I can't tell if Bob is talking shit or not. Like it's kind of like seemed a couple times like he's trying to or something, but I don't know. I can't understand if he is, so I'm just gonna ignore him.
Is that the Bob
Bob,
you know, or is that a
say
different
something
Bob?
fucking coherent. Bob. Fucking
Was
Bob.
was that your Bob that was on the show, or was that a different Bob?
I had no Bob on my show. I've never had a Bob on my show yet.
Well, who was the historian again?
Jim. Jim
Oh,
was the
Jim.
historian. Yeah.
Where'd I get Jim Bob? I'm probably thinking Jim Bob because we've been watching the Waltons a lot. Okay. Yeah, once in a while you'll get someone on here that's talking shit or they're just trying to be funny, or they are being funny and it goes over our heads. I don't know. But
That could
it
be
makes
it.
me look
He immediately came in though and started ranting and raving about the State of the Union and Trump and billionaires and all this stuff that we hadn't even started talking about.
Mhm,
I mean we can talk about it. I am not against talking about it at all. But
for sure.
you know, we need to get there first, before he starts going off that we've somehow started this conversation that doesn't exist. Uh, and then Art
Yes, God
Bean
damn it. We'll
says
get to it when we get to
ADHD
it.
much. Not ADHD enough, bro. You haven't seen shit yet. Stay tuned.
We do talk in circles, kind of go on tangents, but that's the great thing about it, being your show or my show or our show. We do whatever the fuck we want. So we'll get
Yeah,
when we get to it. No disrespect intended, but
exactly.
yeah, like we kind of have our way of doing what we do, and that's just the way we do it, I guess. So let's keep talking in
Yep.
circles for 10 more minutes before we get to it. It's kind of like warming up, you got to crack the knuckles, you got to stretch a little.
Yeah,
No, that kind of we got to feel. You don't just launch right into it, right?
you got to feel the burn.
Feel the vibrations, as I like to say. Well, I think Marky Mark said that. Feel the
Yeah,
vibration. That's right.
I,
Okay. So
I don't know who
point.
said that, but you know, if
It's
you say so, I'll believe you.
Marky when he was
Mark
a rapper,
Wahlberg.
remember? Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Remember that "Feel the Vibration, it's such a good vibration." The lady sang
Oh,
it,
was
and then
that
he like
him?
that was him. You didn't know that
Oh,
was
wow,
Mark
I didn't
Wahlberg?
even know that. I did not know that was him at
I
all
mean, you were a
until
little
just now.
watch the video. Yeah, it's him, like, as a, I think, 19 or 20-year-old. He's got abs and shit, and he's dancing, and sounds just like it is him. And then, eventually he transitioned from that one music thing to, and it was a pretty big hit, and then he became an actor based on getting popular from that. So he's done way more with acting than that first album, but I was a senior in high school, and I remember having that cassette, and, we really liked it and all that good stuff. So, yeah, it was kinda funny. He's, New Kids, so that's New Kids on the Block, Donnie Wahlberg.
Yeah. Yeah,
Right.
I knew, and then I knew that, Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch or whatever, but
Mhm.
I didn't think I had ever heard any of their songs necessarily, but I guess I have, so that's cool to know.
Okay. You heard the name. Yeah. It's kinda
Yeah.
funny. I love that's right when I was getting into music and started listening to that. I had no idea the lady that speaking of the lady singing, like, the good vibration part, the one on CNC Music Factory, the "Everybody Dance Now," she was in the Weather Girls, the one that sang "It's Raining Men,"
Oh, really?
and I
That's
never knew that
interesting.
until, like, she was the one that sang. Yeah. So she did that hit for them, and then before that, though, it was "It's Raining Men, Hallelujah, it's raining men." Anyway, I didn't know this was gonna turn into karaoke, but I do like to sing. Some people say, "You can't sing," and I'm like, "Well, fuck it, I'm still going to, the way it goes."
That's funny. I
See
like to
me one
sing
glass
sometimes.
in, with wine and cooking, man, that yeah, we should do karaoke one time, or hell yeah, that would be fun.
Do purposely bad karaoke just to make it more fun?
Yeah, do like William Hung, she bangs."
Yeah. There you go.
That would be funny. Yeah,
We could try to, like, karaoke, like, Korean songs or something that we have no idea what they're saying because we don't speak Korean, but
oh,
try
K-pop, huh? Yeah,
yeah,
my
that would
kids
be
would like
funny.
that. They like, I think, to some degree, K-pop, or there's, like, a Japanese. I like to listen to my kids' music. I'm never gonna be one of those guys, no matter what age I am, where I'm like, "Well, your music sucks, and back in the day, this is real music." No, hell no. Hell no. I've gotten into some cool ass shit because of my kids. I would have never discovered, like, The Pretty Reckless or Hailstorm or any of these more current bands that I really like that they introduced me to. It's
Yeah.
kinda cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, I just wanted to say hi to a couple people really quick. So, hi, Ben. How you doing, Ben? Uh, Nice to talk to you. Nice for you to tune in. Are you still on vacation there, friend? And then
There's Ju
Jim the historian,
Yeah.
he popped in too. So nice to see you as well, Jim.
Yeah.
We're just literally talking about you a couple minutes ago that
We
you and I
were.
had a good show.
I enjoyed it. I liked watching that one with you guys. I had something I was doing that I listened to the whole thing. I think I might have fallen asleep the last 10 minutes because it was like 12:30. I know what it was. I was playing Golf Clash and just listening to your my late night entertainment, and I was playing my tournament, and I heard had you guys right in front of me on the screen while I had my phone like this, and I'm like nodding my head like, "Yeah, right on, preach it, brother." You guys did a great job. I'm a
Yeah,
fan.
Jim is an incredibly interesting fella, honestly, and, he was right. He
Mhm.
says that he learned how to tell stories well, and, he was accurate. He has learned how to tell stories well. I was, very impressed, and, so
Yeah.
I would love to have him on again soon. I don't know if I've rescheduled him again as of now, but, I definitely will be today because today is my, scheduling day, so I've been going through and trying to book people all day so far, so I
Yeah.
booked all the way through April as of now. I've got 1 spot available in April, and I'm holding out for an individual that I wanted to have on. Yeah, I wanted them to pop up.
Your sniper guy? I saw that post about the sniper.
Is what is that what he is? D.
Yeah, former sniper. The one if it's the one that you posted the thing about, "Hey, do you guys have a connection to this guy?" I forget his name. He looks like he's into politics and he's an ex sniper.
No shit. That's cool. I
Yeah.
didn't even know that. You're
Oh,
talking
you
about
didn't? I figured that was
CAF.
part of the draw. Huh.
You're talking about CFH unfiltered.
I think yeah, that sounds familiar. Whatever you posted
Oh
this
yeah.
morning.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I've just
cool.
been watching his content. I didn't even bother to go read his bio, and yeah, it says in his bio, yeah, he's an ex-sniper. Well, that's
Yeah,
fucking sick.
yeah. I doubt he can go into too much detail, but I mean, that is kind of, interesting, Thank you for your service. I super appreciate that. Anybody that serves is a hero in my book. I got to say the
Yeah,
fact that Trump is
absolutely.
always insulting these people. I mean, fucking cadet bone spurs. Seriously, get fucked, Trump. You have no right to talk about
Yeah.
anybody, suckers and losers. Talk about the biggest one in the world. Did you watch the fucking State of the Union last night?
God, no, dude. I predicted like everything he would say though yesterday. I wrote it down and stuff, and
Yeah.
so like I predicted all of it. Um, yeah, and he basically hit every single thing I predicted from what I'm reading this morning and from what other people have said. Because I had a Substack live with the Daily Whatever show with Lawrence and Dana this
Yeah.
morning at 8 a.m. And they talked about it. And yeah, basically everything I thought he would say, he did. I'm Trump. I'm the fucking greatest. Nobody is as good as Trump. Trump is the best. America is better than it's ever been, ever. And I'm the reason why no one else is doing any
Mhm.
work. Fucking, he's a fucking loser, dude. Like,
Yeah. It was.
he's such a piece of shit. Like, anyone who doubts that that guy is a sexual predator or a predator in general, just look at how he behaves when people don't like him or tell him no. That should give
Yeah.
you all the information you need.
Consent isn't his thing. And I knew it was going to be 2 hours of like, self felation. Well, for him, it would be like, "Whoop, whoop, whoop." But yeah, like seriously, he
Uh,
was just going to suck his cock on the fucking entire stage, uh, stroking his own ego because nobody else will do it for him other than his
yeah.
bootlicking sycophants. Yeah, they're just going to be like, okay, yeah, like go Trump, go Trump. And it's so not steeped in reality. It's completely the opposite. As they say, every confession or every accusation is a confession. He's doing
Yep.
nothing but looting the back door of the White House, barrels of money at a time into his own accounts. It's all bullshit. Anybody like with half a brain, I assume all 142 people that are watching this knows that Trump is full of shit, unless we have a lurking MAGA or two. And if we have, get the fuck out of here, leave. We don't want you around. Thank you.
Well, you
Sorry,
can
it pisses
stay,
me
but
off.
you just keep your fucking mouth shut because you probably don't have anything to say that we want to hear.
What's that movie like? Just shut your mouth. You're just coming off stupid. Step Brothers. Yeah. You
Yeah.
shut your mouth. Will you shut your mouth?
Shut your mouth.
Yeah. We're,
Shut.
you're just coming off stupid. We're doing the interview now, not you.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that scene. That's funny where
Love
they're
that
trying to
movie.
get jobs.
Yeah. Hello, Miss Lady.
Hello, Miss Lady.
That's one of those movies where I think I can quote the whole thing start to finish just about or pretty damn close. And Maya and I run the Jack Buddhist therapist, by the way, you guys. My bride, her name's Mai MAI. If you don't know, oh, thank you for her new logo. She said, I think I thanked you, but in front of all these fine people, thank you for the design logo. In case you guys don't know, KR here is top notch for designing logos. Almost all of my mouthy logos have come from him and he did a few this weekend for my bride and for me. And there's the mouthy mooch with the 30% off sign. We're going to change the 30% off sign though that says "fuck Trump," and that'll be
Yeah.
available in the merch store. Because yeah, Mooch isn't a fan of Trump at all. I'm going to grab her in a little bit, but she's asleep actually next to me. I don't know if the antibiotics. She has a little eye lump right now, and
Yeah.
I don't know if those make her sleepy. But this is the first time she's ever chilled the fuck out during one of these. But I'll grab her once we're a little further into it because I don't like to poke the bear when she's like giving me a little piece. You guys have
Yeah.
seen her go a little crazy here, but she's fine. 2 lumps in 1 month. I had to take her to the vet twice, and they're both
Oof.
fine. But damn, I was worried about her because you know, she's our official mascot at this point.
Yeah. Yeah. No, animals are great, but it's just the only thing that's hard about them is that they don't live as long as I would like them to.
I know. Yeah, we need a
The
way to
Riley
get them
boy's
to.
getting old.
Well, and it was funny because we switched her over to a different kind of food. We put her on Farmer's Dog, which is supposed to be a lot healthier. I've come to find she doesn't like it out of the fridge. It's cold. But if you
Mhm.
microwave it for 23 seconds on the dot, it's warm and she thinks it's real food. So she'll eat the whole shit like right then. But right after we put her on that, that's when we found the lump right about here on her. And I'm like, "Oh,
Uh,
shit, cancer." And then we took her in and they said it was just a lipoma, but,
yeah.
slightly overweight, older dogs get them. And I'm like, "Well, that's the mooch right there." She's almost 14 and she's a little portly. She keeps getting on the scale at the vet and it's 15 pounds on the dot. And I'm like, "You fat fuck." I'm like, come on, Lunchbox, you got to do a few laps. But anyway, we love her though, even though she's a kind of a little chunky and stuff. But that's probably our fault for her nickname isn't Mooch for nothing. Her real name's Libby, but when your nickname is Mooch, you might be a fatty, right?
Yeah, yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
You knew her
Well,
when she
my,
was little.
yeah. Yeah, I remember, yeah, when you guys first, got her,
Mhm.
'cause, she was with, your daughter, and
Yeah.
then she started coming over with your daughter, and then you guys just kept her or something like that, right?
Yeah, yeah, we had the 1 week on, 1 week off custody of the kids, and when she got her in 2012, she just wouldn't she'd do without her for, a week when she was with us, and at some point, she really felt she needed her, and asked if it would be okay, and we're like, "Alright, yeah, why not?" We hadn't had a dog in about 10 years, so she started coming over, weekly in 2017, I wanna say, when she was about 5 years old, and then, their dad moved away a couple 2 or 3 years after that, about 2 hours away, so we had the kids full time, therefore, we had the mooch full time, and our grocery bills probably doubled, but no, I'm kidding. Um, yeah, Mooch started doing her Mooch thing, and then she became mama's baby, and the 4 years that I've been writing and stuff, she's been right here. Every article I've written, she's been sitting next to me when I've done it, so there's a big, attachment to the Mooch because of that, and, just because she's awesome. She's a cute little dog. You know what it's like,
Yeah.
man, you got pets.
Yeah, we've got 2 that we really care about and then a cat. Uh, so
And then a cat.
yeah.
2 that we really
So
care about, and then the cat.
dude, our cat's a fucking dick, okay? Our cat is a
Mhm,
fucking asshole. So, like, she'll get up on you like she wants pets or something, right? And then
mhm,
you'll start to pet her, and she basically you can only pet her just like on the back of her head, right? If you go anywhere away from the back of her head, and so you've got to kind of like even put your hand up at this weird angle, so like your sleeve and arm aren't rubbing any other part of her body, and then like she'll get to a point where she won't want you to pet her anymore, but then if you
mhm,
stop, so she'll bite you if she doesn't want you to pet her anymore. But then if you
mm.
fucking stop, she'll also bite you, and
Jesus.
then when you try to kick her off of you, she, like, will hold on for dear life and then, like, all of a sudden, like, jump really fast and scratch the shit out of you as she runs. If we have to keep her inside, like, I would love to let her out because she loves being outside. I think she was a wild cat, like, I think the
Yeah,
pound found her and she was completely wild, and that's why it took so long for someone to find her to adopt her, and then
right.
here comes my dumbass, like, "Oh, I'm gonna save this kitty." We can't let her outside because she will jump the fences and fight the neighbors' cats
Oh,
and
no.
sit there and they have like a catio. So she'll sit outside the catio and just like you'll be able to hear it through the whole neighborhood just louder than shit. Her just sitting there
Damn.
fucking and you're like, dude, what are you doing? You're just sitting there talking shit because they can't get out. Like
Oh my god.
she's such a jerk, dude. So it's like my partner Kimberly, she wants to like find a new home for her, but I'm like, I don't know if I want to because like I don't I like her because she does like make me laugh sometimes, right? But it's usually because she's such a dick. And
Yeah,
that's
you can
like
respect
why.
that, though. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I can understand.
you got good
So
game there, good game.
yeah, so but, I think someone else would kill her, dude. Like, I think like, most other people would, like, have her euthanized or some shit because
Yeah.
she's such a pain in the ass. She's potty trained, she doesn't ever go potty anywhere besides where she's supposed to. Even the one time, like, she was, I had put her in the master bedroom, which is attached to the, master bathroom, and,
Right.
uh she had to go to the bathroom and I had put her in there because I didn't want her to get out, but I wanted to open all the doors and windows and stuff in order to let air
Mhm.
in.
Right, right.
And she had to go potty and she went inside the tub. So
Ah,
she even
smart.
understands like I'm not going to go on the floor, I'm not going to go on your bed, I'm going to go in the
Wow.
home. Yeah, exactly. Carly, I completely agree. Carly has discussed said, "Oh, don't rehome. They might put her to sleep." I think they would. The only exception would be if we were to find like a farm for her, maybe or something, where she could
Yeah.
be a full blown outdoor type cat. But then I think she would get her own dumbass killed by trying to take on cats that actually know how to fight. Because I don't think
Hmm.
she knows how to actually fight. I just think she likes to talk shit. So
Yeah. It's like those bullies that, like, talk shit and then they get smacked in the mouth and suddenly they start crying. What's her name again? Is it Kitty?
Yeah, it's just Kitty Kitty.
I
I mainly
remember.
like I call her
Okay.
Kiki. So
Kiki. Aw.
yeah, just it's
Uh,
just Kitty Kitty fast. It's kitty. So
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. I kind of want to get a cat, but like we can't really have a cat. We're trying not to get like a second pet because Mooch is very jealous. She gets
yeah.
mad if I even comes around the side of the bed to kiss me goodnight if she goes out, or when she leaves to work and I'm still asleep. She'll bark, and I'm like, "You jealous little fuck! Like that's your mom. She loves my the most, I think, but like traditionally, historically, but she still will
Yeah.
bark even at her if the kids come in to give us a hug. Oh man, she goes "Rah, rah," like I'm like you crabby little old lady. I swear to God. She's like Grandma Walton, I swear, she's just so fucking salty all the
That's
time.
funny because you know
Yeah,
Riley, that's my old dog.
yeah, right.
Uh,
Oh
and
boy.
he's getting up there in age too. His hips are starting to bother him, and because he's a
Mhm.
big dog, that worries me, you know. Once their hips go out, like, it's pretty much game over.
It's like
Uh,
adults who break their hip, they're fucked. That's
like,
wild.
yeah, exactly. I went to
Mhm.
yeah, if you're old enough and you break your hip, it's they can nowadays, it's better for humans, but, like, I don't have the money to replace his fucking hip, so, um,
Yeah.
but I went to open the door today to take out the trash, and he was
Mhm.
sleeping near the door, and, all of a sudden, he's like, like, you're all, like, half asleep, like,
Oh,
trying to bark and growl at me opening the door at the same time. I was like, "Sit your old ass down, you ain't gonna do nothing."
you're not gonna do shit. What, you want something too, old man?
He started doing his, smiley thing. He's like,
Oh, he's always done that. That freaked me out when I first, met him, he'd come in and he's got his teeth, but he's just being
yeah,
happy, but his teeth are
yeah,
so big because he's a big boy, like, I was like,
yeah,
"God, man," I'm kind of
you know,
intimidated here by Riles.
old smiley Riley.
Miley Riley, that would be
Yeah.
his garbage pail kid name.
Yeah, yeah,
That would be
he's a good
funny.
dog, though. He's been a good friend. I tell him all the time, I'm like, "You just retire, old boy. You did well. You did it. You did your job. I'm proud of
Yeah.
you know, because he
So
did. He was a good friend, and him and I, before I met Kimberly, I would go camping and stuff by myself, and, when I needed, like, a break from the world and stuff like that,
mhm.
and, there was, one night in particular uh that we were camping and we heard wolves. And so him and I like just sat huddled together with like, our weapons near us and stuff. And we were just alert as hell waiting for those wolves to see if they would come in. But we heard them howling.
You guys
Um,
both had weapons, like, you had a gun, he had, like, some size or what?
yeah, he had nunchucks actually, dual
Oh, sweet.
nunchucks. Yeah, he's always been really good with the nunchucks. No, he's got teeth
Yeah.
thick. So, he's always got weapons.
He's got built-in weapons. I think I just
Yeah,
fucked my shoulder
exactly.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, he sat there the whole night with me, listening to the wolves and stuff to make sure, they weren't gonna come in and, yeah, so he's been a good friend. He's been a good dog, a good road trip partner,
Uh-huh.
and yeah, now
Yeah.
he's getting up there in age. When he gets up to move, like, you can see, like, his hips kind of, like, stay while the rest of him tries to get up, and then he kinda, like, has to, like, get them up too, and
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
I tell you what, like, when you said the road trip thing, that reminded me of Mooch is probably getting a little too old for the travel, but I've got this, like, I think I've talked to you about this before. Maybe I've mentioned it on my podcast a couple times about wanting to get like an RV and like travel the US and like right during the morning and then the evening and like take photos with my wildlife stuff and stop and visit some of these guys, that are into the movement, the thing that we talk about, that we write about. How fun would it
Yeah.
be though if you and me like could take a like a pet or even just the two of us, we show up at someone's door with a bag of groceries, we're like, "We're making dinner tonight, let's go." You know, bottle of red, bottle of white, it all depends upon your appetite. We gotta like have some fun, do a Substack live maybe with some folks. That would be so much
Yeah.
fun. So that's like my I say long-term goal, but I hope it's shorter term if things keep going well.
Yeah.
I would love to do that with, everybody, and I think you and me would have a blast, like, going down the highway, on the road again, that kinda
Yeah.
thing. I
Yeah,
would
that
love that.
I think that could be a lot of fun. I completely agree. Yeah, I think that
Yeah,
could
that would
end up being a whole load of fun.
could have the things mounted on each side of the thing so we could just chit chat while we're on the road and stuff. If you guys would love a visit from either, the Mouthy Renegade Rider, KR Byers, both of us are with Mooch. Drop what state you're in. I want to see where we could travel and have a an open door. We could park the thing in your driveway and make some big ziti and have a good time. That would be so much fun.
Well, I know
See,
Jim the historian lives in just outside the DC metro area, so that
oh
would
nice.
be that'd be a fun destination, right?
Yeah, I would love to photograph that. I'm thinking about a road trip well, it'd be not a road trip, I'm sorry, I'd fly there. I have 2 friends I've never met face to face, but they're really tight online friends, like, we talk every day through this game we play, and, I think I'm gonna go to Pennsylvania because 'cause they're both happen to be in Pennsylvania. It's also
Oh wow.
close to New York, and I'd love to see DC. I'd like to go to Philly and run the stairs like Rocky did and, have someone film that. That would be fun as hell. I might
Yeah.
go this fall if finances, dictate that that's, acceptable. We'll see if it still keeps going. But,
Fuck yeah.
yeah, I wanna scratch that travel itch for sure and do this thing on the road.
Well, we've got Julie Elder says she's from the Portland area, so that's another
Oh, nice.
destination. We've got others. We got both sides of the country now, baby. We're
Yeah,
rolling.
I love Portland. We've gone there three times in 4 years 'cause, Mai graduated from, Portland State. That's where she got her 4-year degree before she, did her master's here locally. So we toured the campus, we toured the medical school there, I forget what it's called, but it was like a stop before we went to the beach, so we stayed on the coast, but we, like, hung out in Portland a little. Actually, we stayed in Portland too for a couple nights. I forget, a downtown hotel that starts with a V. I think it's called the Vance because I was like, "Oh god, like JD Vance?" But it was a nice but it was a nice hotel. It was actually cool. I'm sure, she knows what I'm talking about. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it was OHSU. Yes, Julie. Absolutely. That's what it was. So, I've got pictures from that trip, and we love Portland. They say keep Portland weird. I love that. I wrote a thing or maybe I did a podcast about I love weird people, but not creepy people, and I think I explained the difference between weird and creepy. But weird is like you and me, brother. Like, we have our things that are unique about us and that people think are funny. So weird isn't like a bad thing. Weird is a positive thing, and that's what I love about
Yeah.
Portland.
Yeah, I've always taught my kids that, like, weird is a good word.
Uh-huh.
It's, I consider it a good word, like, even freak. I like the word freak. You wanna call me a freak, it depends on, where we're at when you call me that, but, I might take it as a compliment or a compliment, you know what I
Yo,
mean?
like a compliment. How you doing? Yeah, I
How
get it.
you doing?
There was a little Tribbiani right there. I heard it come out. That was awesome. Yeah, weird, like, I mean, like, this shirt, I've got a hippo eating, ramen on right now. I got my old school Zelda hat here. Weird. I like that. I think it's cool. I like, your color of your background. Most people wouldn't have that color in there. I love it, but some would say that's weird. Good. I
Yeah,
love it. Stands out. It's kinda your unique thing. I like being
yeah,
unique.
purple is becoming my brand, I think.
That's badass. Well, if it worked for Prince, it should sure the fuck work for you too. Purple
Yeah,
Rain,
someone's gotta
brother.
take over purple, so, uh,
Yeah.
Prince had it before, now I'll take it, from here. I don't know if I'll be able to give it the name he did or give it the, luxurious, ensemble that he was able to, but I'm gonna give it a try.
Yeah. Who could really? I mean, Prince owned Purple. Barney had it for a little while after that, but I think you're the perfect guy to take it and run with it. I support that Purple. That's badass. Plus, I like the
Speaking of,
Lakers. So
plus you like what?
the Lakers, it's yellow and
Oh,
purple.
yeah, yep, yep,
Yeah. So I
yeah.
I got a spot here for Purple. What were you saying though? You were saying I think
Speaking of universities, you were talking about, there in, Portland,
uh
did you know that Harvard is 140 years older than the United States?
no, did not know
Yeah,
that.
Harvard University outdates the United States by 140 years.
Wow, that's interesting. So, was it British then? Like, when we before we were a nation?
Yeah, it was, well, some of the founding fathers even went to, Harvard, I believe. I'm not
Huh.
100% on that, let me check that,
Ask Jim the
but yeah,
historian. He'd know.
it it was started as a yeah, Jim the Historian, you got me here? Let me know, do you know that one? Um,
Let us know.
yeah, it was started as a college, it was initiated before the United States, fought the revolution.
Badass. I didn't know that. Huh. You always post the best stuff, by the way. I always tell everybody, "Well, who's your favorite Substack user for, like, what they post on notes?" 'cause I post a lot of notes, but it's mainly all political and humor stuff, kind of a blend of both. Yours are just the best. Yours are like animals, amazing geological things, kids doing the funniest shit. You guys like to laugh and, or like your eyes open wide, like, "Wow, I didn't know that." You gotta follow KR's page just for the notes, if anything, you know? Plus, it's the badass writing, the satire. I always tell all of my people, man, if there's one person you should follow, KR Byers and Robin. So 2 people, Robin Wilding, KR Byers. Um, seriously, yeah, you guys hit that subscribe button. Your stuff is top shelf.
Yeah, so I've written too. So I write every day, but that doesn't mean I'm going to publish it, right? Some of it is me working on like long term goals, things that are you're going to be longer, and I might more so publish than I will publish on Substack, get published rather.
Mhm,
But like the last 2 days, I wrote one satirical article about missing women who they all keep going missing and nobody knows why. So this journalist goes on a journey to try to figure it out, and it turns out that they're ditching their boring husbands. Um,
smart
but
ladies.
it, and then another one I started writing, and it ended up being like a fucking mini biography. And then both of them, I just like got to the end, and I was like, Jesus, these are fucking wordy. I'm like, these are like huge, like fucking 5 solid pages, that are, which is
Mhm,
longer than, most Substack articles. You're the one that told me when I first started, if an article is, about 5 minutes is about the goal, and much longer than that, people don't like to read it. And I've learned that lesson several times by
mhm,
writing some big ones. Like I wrote one that was like a 21-minute listen. If people were to listen to
and
it or read it, it'd take about 21 minutes. Nobody
yeah.
fucking listened to that thing or read it. Nobody.
Well, that's
you know?
because it reminds them of Trump's State of the Union. It's too long. It just goes and goes and goes and goes and
Yeah.
goes. But no, you're right. Like I remember on Medium before I was on Substack, I tried to stay around between 5 minutes was perfect, 4 was a little short, 6 was a tiny bit long, but 4 to 6 minutes was my wheelhouse.
Yeah.
Anything longer than that, holy shit, yeah, like people just get bored. They're like, I can't
Yep.
finish it. And sometimes it doesn't matter. We got to do what we want to do. And if we got to write a 21-minute one, that's the way it goes. And if it doesn't perform well, at least you still have it. You wrote it, you created it out of nothing, and it's always going to be out there. That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm sure I'll publish those eventually, but it's frustrating when, you end up writing and all of a sudden you look up and you're like, God damn it, like several pages in longer than I wanted to be.
Yeah. I get that too. I'm like, okay, I rarely delete sections, but once in a while, I'm like, okay, that's too much. I think maybe generally I just find like I only edit my stuff once. I go through it one time slowly and I change some words, flip a few things around, but I usually don't like get rid of too much and I don't ever have to edit twice. It's just something, maybe it's because I've done this a while now and I've written about
Yeah.
1,500 articles, but I don't have to like edit it more than one time and it's pretty minimal most of the time. So that's good. It helps. My day's busy, as you know. I know you know the struggle of the busy
Yeah.
day. Um,
Yeah. It can be difficult, because I have all of my, things I have to do around the house and stuff because I'm, now the stay at home parent, so I've always got to make sure, I'm doing people's laundry, I'm making sure the house is clean, doing dishes and then prepping for dinner, meals and stuff, getting up and making sure that, my son eats food. I've only got like the one son that is actually, I've got to worry about the youngest,
mhm.
at this point because all the other ones are aging out. But,
Yeah,
uh,
it's a lot.
yeah. Um, Yeah, so and if you've never been a stay-at-home parent, that shit's a lot of fucking work. Like, I never, like, fully realized until, like, I dedicated myself to doing it to, make sure I was pulling my weight as part of the family.
Mhm.
It is a lot, it's a full-time job all on its own.
Oh, it
Um,
is.
just meal prepping every day takes a couple of hours total to, prep and cook the meal and, laundry because laundry's never ending. I
Yeah.
fucking hate laundry.
I mean, that's
And
so true.
so, and then you've got all the other things. And we live in a pretty, big house. My partner was lucky enough to get into this area and have a home, made by a company before property values in Idaho skyrocketed.
Right.
Now this home is worth about, four times as much as it was when she got it. Um,
Crazy. That's awesome.
y- yeah, it's pretty cool. But she got, lucky and got into it, but it's a pretty large house, and so it gets dusty. I've got to fucking dust all the time, I've got it's vacuuming is like if I vacuum top, bottom, and all the rooms, I mean that's a good hour in itself, and so it's
Oh, yeah. Well, I remember that. I remember carpet cleaning, and we'd do the giant
yeah,
houses, and one of us would be vacuuming while the other one would start cleaning, and we'd be right
yeah,
behind each other. Like, it was a
yeah,
lot, man. You have to Mrs. Doubtfire that shit at your house. It sounds like you're like all over the place all the time, taking care of
yeah.
kids. It's a lot.
Yeah, so that was the point of that was, so my, rough drafts, because you said you edit just once or whatever, so
Yeah,
I
yeah.
end up, when I first write, it all is, like, kind of in one big blob.
Mhm.
It's just as fast as I can, and I get it all busted out, and then I go through and I edit it the one time to separate the paragraphs and correct my spelling and grammar errors,
There
and
you go.
then, then I go through and read it again to make sure it's what I want. And usually there's a few corrections through that time. And then finally I'll read it one last time all the way through after I've got it all the way done. So I ended up going over my work at least four times.
Yeah.
That's if it's not one like I'm proud of or that I'm actually like really trying super hard on because I actually feel strongly about it for some reason.
Yeah.
Those ones I generally end up going over, almost religiously until I almost have it memorized, because I want it
Yeah.
to come off in the way that I intended.
Yeah, you have a vision for it, so you have to put a lot of extra editing and different things in there so
Yeah,
it comes out just the way you want it. Yeah, I get that.
exactly.
Someone mentioned in the comments though that, the most important job in your life, being a stay-at-home parent, and I like to call it like a work from home parent, 'cause even if you're not making let's say you're not making a full-time income or you're trying to build something like we are, a slow grind every day, you're still a work at home parent. You are working toward a goal, you're working toward a little bit more financial stability, and it's hard as fuck. It's like, this is a tough nut to crack on Substack. We don't get paid like on Medium. Whatever we publish on Medium, it at least earns a little money every day, even sometimes a little money, as you
Yeah,
know. Um,
yeah,
but this one is like people just have to find value in what we create, whether it's writing articles, whether it's doing these lives, whether it's doing an audio podcast every day like I do, whether it's putting notes up 10 at a time, 3 times a day. There is a lot involved with this. Our hourly rate that we get paid for this is shit.
oh
But
yeah,
we love it and we want to do it and we see the vision of where it's headed if we keep at it and practice makes perfect. It's like you get better. It's like a baby when they start to walk. It's like a couple steps and they fall on their ass. We get better as time goes on. So if you
yeah,
guys are out there trying to make it on Substack, man, don't give up. Show up
yeah.
every day and just you'll get better at your craft the more you do it. Practice makes perfect, right?
Yep. That's what did they say? 10,000 hours to mastery. That's the old
Yeah.
saying or whatever.
Holy shit, is that right? Wow.
Yeah, yeah. That's
I
what they
think I've
say.
heard that.
Yeah,
Wow.
I don't
10,000
remember
hours mastery.
10,000 hours. Yeah, I don't know who was the one who originally said that, but yeah, 10,000 hours to mastery.
Huh.
Um, and that makes sense to me,
Yeah.
because, the first 1,000 hours or so, you really don't even know what you're doing a lot of times, and you're just
Yeah.
kind of poking around a little. And then after, about 5,000, you've got kind of a flow to go. But I never
Right.
want to consider myself a master or anything, because that kind of to me, like, the people I've known in my life that consider themselves masters at whatever craft they are, like at working construction, I've worked with master electricians and master carpenters, and they tend to be incredibly cocky. which, you know, the term master, you know, should come with some confidence. You've earned it, especially if you're,
True.
you know, something like a master electrician or carpenter. But they also are completely shut off to change and growth oftentimes. You know, not always, you know, not every
Right.
single electrician and carpenter is like, I'm never going to grow again, but most of them are, you know, they're like,
Yeah.
this is how it was done when I first learned, and this is how I'm going to do it forever, you know. And if things have to change, like the government comes along and is like, well, no, actually that practice was unsafe, so you have to do it this way. They like
Yeah.
are pissy about it for years, you know, because it's, and I don't want to be that person. So
Yeah. Some people fear change and they don't wanna
mhm.
do things differently. We get into what we get into. Maybe we have a little, um, too much pride thinking that there's not a better way, but you're right, like, with what we do, um, we should always be looking to grow. We wanna learn. That's what I love about the notes you post is I learned so much shit about the world around us. That photo you did in, Kenya of the Mount Kilimanjaro, I'm just like, "Holy
Yeah.
shit, that's the kind of thing I wanna photograph someday," but
Hmm.
it's gonna take a lot of this and doing well here to be able to ever travel that far and learn different things and photograph new animals, and, it's just a growth thing. I would hate to ever be that person that just says, "Well, I have it figured out, now I can just go on autopilot the rest of my life." That's bullshit.
Yeah, 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 exactly. No, and it does take a lot of work. I mean, there are people who, you know, have, you know, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, you know, millions of, you know, followers, subscribers, whatever,
Mhm.
across several platforms, and I still see that they're grinding like every day, you know, pretty
Yeah,
much, or, you know, at least mostly every day. You know, they
yeah,
might take, you know, like for me, like you'll notice like things will get slower on Sundays. Generally, that's the one day a week that I, you know, hang out with my family and, you know, watch shows with them or play video games with them or
yeah,
whatever, you know, because I have to, you know, like
yeah,
I said, like taking care of this house and everything and trying to, you know, keep up with that and also do this, which both it's basically two full-time jobs.
right.
And so like there has to be some kind of break or I'll go fucking insane.
Well, and our families deserve to us to be present. They deserve us to,
Right.
like they can come to us and not feel like they're always uh interrupting something. My kids, they're on their own, downstairs. They're doing their thing. They're in school. They're playing their games, whatever they're doing. But they know that if they need something, they can come up here and interrupt me. I've always made it clear that yes, I'm busy and I'm really focused, but if you need something, you let me know because first and foremost, I'm a father before I'm a writer, a podcaster,
Yeah.
or anything else. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
important that your family knows that you care about them, that you love them, and that you're doing all of this and you spend the hours locked away because you do love them and you want to be able to take care of them and help them out with things. And it does make the time you spend more special too, because we don't have a ton of free time. So, like when my daughter comes over once a week or every 2 weeks, that's family time. That's like dinner, that's, sitting down and gaming after, catching up because 'cause it's been a
Yeah.
week or 2. Yeah, it's important.
Yeah.
Super
It is. It
important.
really is important. And along with what you're saying there about being a father first, I like to think of it as, you know, I'm a father first, you know, and then I'm a partner, then I'm a human, then I'm an American, and then I'm an Idahoan. That's kind of like how I've like thought about it the last few years is like, you know, I love my, you know, kids, and that's an indiscriminatory, you know, infinite type of love. And then, you know, I love my partner pretty much as I love my kids. And then, you know, my race, even though like I'm kind of a shut in these days,
Yeah.
and you know, there's a lot of them I'm very disappointed in, but at the same time, like I love my species. You know, we've done some incredible things as a species. You know, terrible but incredible, you know, but also amazing, absolutely spectacular things, you know. And then I do love America. I do love my country. I don't love the
Mhm.
leadership right now at
Yeah,
all,
the
not even a little
douchebags
bit, you
running it.
know.
Yeah,
But then I
totally.
haven't loved a lot of the leadership. Like Obama was like pretty much the only leader like I really fucking liked the entire time I've been alive so far. Like Bush
Yeah, I
was a
get that.
fucking joke, dude. Like the guy
Yeah.
listening to that guy talk was like listening to an illiterate fucking clown, you know what I mean? Like he was just
Like
so
Trump.
fucking yeah, oh yeah, it was yeah, just as bad, you know. He
Right.
was seriously like he would mispronounce words all the time and then like try to invent new words because he forgot what the speech was supposed to say, I guess, or something. And
Oh, man.
you know, and so And then you have this cool, calm, suave guy with just infinite amounts of charisma comes in,
Yeah.
and the next thing we get after that is fucking Trump. You know,
Uh,
it was such a
and
fucking
not
shock to the brain, dude.
And not just once, but twice, you know?
Yeah,
It wasn't good enough that, we were like, "Oh, man, that was sure fucked up for 4 years." Then we like, "Well, we'll take 4 years off, but hey, let's have some more of it." And it could be, like,
yeah.
way worse the second time, which it is. Holy shit, I don't know how we're sitting here surviving this right now, but by the grace of whatever you believe in, we're still here, we're still standing, we're fighting. How
Yeah.
would it be, though, like, if America could get over the whole, like, homophobic thing? How would it be to have a guy like Buttigieg, Pete Buttigieg, who is educated, who served his country in the military, who always is smooth on interviews and is kind-hearted, has the lovely family, but no, he's married to a guy and, they're raising kids, so that's one-third of America instantly that'll be like, "I don't care if he's a white guy and he's educated and he has our best interests in mind." That's a hard no for me, the gay thing, uh-uh. That's just
Yeah,
so
dude.
ignorant.
It's so fucking annoying, and, like, I've heard just anytime he's brought up, I've, had people, like, comment, those types of people, comment with, nicknames for him, and it's like, if you put your actual mind towards actually something beneficial instead of coming up with fucking nicknames for a guy who's just actually trying his best to serve his nation, you'd probably get somewhere in life there, bud. But chances are you live in a rundown fucking trailer just sitting there talking shit about gay people all day and blaming fucking people of color for your problems. Like
Yeah, mom's
there's a
basement.
stereotype around these individuals. All the loudest fucking mouthy Trump ass losers I've ever known in my life are fucking broke ass pieces of shits who are broke ass pieces of shits because they're fucking lazy and worthless and stupid. They
Well,
quit growing when they're in like the fucking third goddamn grade and then act like there's something special and important because they were the cool kid in school and the world was supposed to treat them that way forever. Well, that's not how things fucking work, man. I was the fucking loser in school and I haven't given up, and I'm not ever going to give up because that's not how everything life works, man. If you give up, if you think like things are just going to be handed to you, then you're fucking screwed, and you're going to end up in a
yeah.
fucking trailer bitching about, the brown people, working at a factory. That video I sent you yesterday is what I'm talking.
Oh, that was sickening to listen to. You said, "Look, you gotta go to the end." I'm like, "Yeah, I tried, but no, I finally had to shut it up
You
for
know
that."
that he was fucking with her, right?
Oh, you could tell, yeah, big
Okay.
time, but obviously, but she didn't
What a
get it.
fucking
That's what was
what a dumb jerk of a person she was, wasn't she? Like what a
oh,
stupid, ignorant fucking human being she was.
He was a Pam through and through. I've
Yeah.
retired the Karen thing, I think, and now she's a Pam, like
Yeah.
Scamala Bundy. I like to call her Scamala. But,
Yeah.
what you were saying a minute ago, the empty can rattles the most. So the loudest, most boisterous, most, like, aggressive people are the ones that don't have shit going on. When they look in the mirror, they see a loser and they fucking know it. So they have to have somebody to try to pin all of their problems on
Yep.
as long as I'm above immigrants, as long as I'm above Mexican people, as long as I'm above
Yeah.
black people, I don't feel like the biggest asshole on the planet. Never mind the fact that they really are the biggest asshole on the planet. If you think a pedophile, criminal, ignorant, low IQ, orange guy with slathered on makeup is making America great and is some hero, then you're a bigger loser than even he is.
Yeah, I completely agree. I couldn't agree with you more on that one. And that's
Good
the
for
thing is he did something brilliant, and that's that he did manage to gather the most insecure, uh, you know, losers that I've ever, known of, and he managed to make them you follow him, and for
Mhm.
better or worse, like I don't know how he fucking did it. I really don't. I don't understand because like before he became president or before he even started running, a lot of the people I know now that support him would talk about how, you know, people in government were corrupt. There was some kind of underground, sex offender ring of people that were absolutely awful human beings,
Right,
that billionaires didn't care about the regular individuals. These are like conservatives, and then all of a sudden he tricks them into thinking he's one of them, like he's got their fucking back or something.
right,
And they just believe it hand over foot. They just continue to believe that this billionaire entitled piece of shit who doesn't understand the word no at all. And it's not that
right.
like it's not that it's that he refuses to acknowledge it. It's not like a strength or something. You know,
Yeah.
it's not like he is the master of the sale. It's that he doesn't listen to the word no like a fucking predator, you know, and he totally duped them, dude. It's
He,
ridiculous, you know.
he
They truly believe he's like the messiah or some fucking shit.
That's because he just has always sold himself as like this great businessman. The art of the steal, as I like to call it. He's Don Con Van Scam, as far as I'm concerned. That dude, if he didn't have $1 million head start back in the 70s, which is worth a lot more now, if he hadn't been bailed out by all these things, he's basically a toddler caught with his hand in the jar and he drops it and he goes, can't see me. I didn't do it. Like
Yeah.
seriously. And you say things long enough and it becomes a lie. You say things long enough and it becomes Republican policy. That's how I kind
Yeah.
of view it. I mean, seriously, it feels like that, and it's just disgusting. And if there weren't stupid people that fall for it, then he'd be nowhere. But these people send him all their money. He grifts. He raises billions of dollars. He charges $10 billion to be in this fucking stupid peace thing or whatever, World Peace Brigade. I don't even know what he
Yeah.
calls it. Fuck, it's so dumb. You have to be a
Oh,
moron to
dude.
fall for his shit. The only people stupider than Donald Trump are the ones that love him, and I
Yeah.
can't stress that enough.
Honestly, dude, like seriously, you hit the nail on the head. It's just stupid fucking people, and that's I've met a few of the followers who you can tell are just opportunistic individuals. They don't like give a shit about him or what he has to say. They're just
Mhm.
opportunistic type of people. You know what I mean? So I've met a few of those types, but most of the people that I've run into that are adamant followers of him, you know, they don't know shit about history. They just blur a bunch of shit out that they've heard other people, you know, content creators that actually might know what they're talking about. They've heard them have conversations about certain figures through history. And so they just repeat like these several phrases or something, but they don't understand like history or you know the things that people who have had to fight against power throughout the history of our species, the type of individuals they've had to go up against in order to you know seek their freedom. They don't
Right.
have a fucking clue. They don't realize that these boisterous, loud, obnoxious fucking douchebags who talk about themselves like they're fucking some kind of hero are the problem. They're the ones that always end up being the people that we have to fucking rise up against in order to get our freedoms back. And
Yeah.
so they're like looking at this guy like he's saving them when he's destroying them. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, if he could get away with it today, I guarantee if he could get away with it, he would take guns, you know, he would fucking he would limit speech completely like they're already trying to do. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
we can talk about certain things already that'll get us put on fucking terrorist watch lists. Because if we're
Yeah.
having conversations that are basically like fuck Trump, all of a sudden we're on a list of, you know, possible threats to the United States, and in reality, that's just the freedom of fucking speech. You know, it was
Yeah.
founded because, you know, they wanted to be able to say fuck King George and not be beheaded for it.
Right. Yeah, he would love that, I'm sure. But you know what? We we do still have a constitution as bad as shape as it is in. We do have the right to use our voice, and I'll be damned. I'll use mine, and I don't give a fuck. You throw me in prison, then I'll get the best lawyer I can, and you can pay for the rest of my life of luxury if that's the case, Trump. I
Yeah.
swear to God, I don't sweat that puke. When he first got reelected, and it looked like it was going down this fascist road, I'm like, all right, you know what? I shouldn't write about like Donald Trump and call him a rapist and a child molester. And then for a minute, I was like, no, fuck that. I am not going to let somebody silence me. I have never been that person that's going to get bullied. Bring it. And if I got to suffer for it or whatever the case is for a short time, when you have truth on your side and you stand for people, justice and equality and everything that we fight for within our writing and our speeches and whatnot, then you know, I'm not gonna feel bad about that, and I'm not gonna slow down. To hell with that. Donald
Yeah.
Trump doing it if that's the case, but, I get it. I get why people don't just like storm the White House or why they don't. People are afraid, though nobody wants to die per se,
Right.
but
Right.
it
Yeah.
is going to take at some point something more than what's going on right now. And what that is exactly, I don't know. In the meantime, I'll write about it. I'll tell everybody, please call your Congress people, share shit, go out there and protest, make that good
Yeah.
trouble that we keep reading about. Like last night, Al Green with the sign that says black people are not apes. Holy shit, the balls on that guy to do that with Trump walking right in front of him. Al
Yeah.
Green's a fucking hero. I mean, come on. They must be him. He's from Texas like Jasmine Crockett is. They have got just this cast iron metaphorical set of balls between both of them. We need more of that. That's so
Yeah.
important.
I completely agree, and that's exactly it. Is we need people that are willing to actually stand up. It seems like more and more, and by design, I'm sure he's surrounded by ass kissers. You know, just people that are going to do whatever he says. They're going to make excuses for whatever he does, no matter how wrong it is, no matter how unconstitutional. You know, I am so glad that the Supreme Court has now ruled that the tariffs were unconstitutional
Get
because we
fucked,
fucking
Trump.
all knew it, dude. Like we all
Yep.
knew that he was causing fucking problems that
Yeah.
have now, disintegrated the value of the American dollar. You know, it's at the
Well,
lowest point in value it's been for a long fucking time, and
he,
then they have the audacity while it's low in value, so it takes more to equal the same. They have the audacity to be like, well, but the Dow's up over 50,000. Well, that's because you have to fucking have more money just to equal the same amount of fucking profit and shit right now. It, it,
people are
it's
so ignorant of how it really
it,
works.
it's so fucking stupid, dude. And it's just, I don't know where it's going to end. But part of the reason, like, if part of the reason I quit writing about this and I've changed my platform to be more about, kids and animals and interesting facts and, the world and the environment and stuff like that is because I seriously got tired of fucking talking about the douchebag, man. Like, it's
No,
like
I
at this
get
point,
that.
like if you guys need me to arm up and go train to fucking fight back or some shit at some point because it gets bad enough, I'm there. I'll do it. But like I am fucking so tired of giving that guy space in my fucking head. I fucking hate that guy. I have no desire to think about him more than I have to. Like I didn't watch the State of the Union, because like I said, like I could predict everything he was gonna fucking say, and I ended up being fucking right. He's so predictable. He's just gonna
Yeah.
sit there and float his own boat, suck his own fucking tiny cock, and pretend that he's won something when he hasn't. It's ridiculous.
And I can completely relate, brother. Like, I'm very candid about the struggles that I go through with having up and down days with mental health
Mhm.
because I'm always writing about that asshole. And
Yeah,
granted, I try to make it funny because humor makes it a little more digestible. I like calling names because I'm a junior kid, high kid at heart. That kind of humor makes me laugh. I mean, for Christ's sakes, I posted the Terminator note yesterday, the video with
yeah,
parts through it at certain points of the movie, and I'm laughing my head off. I'm like cry laughing. That never happens. I love to laugh and I laugh daily,
yeah.
but I never like cry laugh. That made me laugh so hard because I'm so immature as far as, I'm 51, but I flip it around and that's really probably how I act and behave a lot of the time. Because it is funny. I see the ridiculousness of everything in this country and I can see it about Trump. And that's why I built this thing on Substack in a short time because other people can see it too. They like to be entertained. They like to feel that it's going to be okay. Laughter's the best medicine. So I can't pivot away from that completely, but would I like to write about the stuff you write about or maybe do one Trump article every 3 days instead of 2 a day some days?
Yeah,
Oh, absolutely. It would help my mental health in a big way. But I also realize my privilege and I'm doing well on the platform and I want to deliver what everybody is here for. And I appreciate those guys. And I'm going to keep doing my job even on days where it's harder and I'd rather not do it, but I'm going to do it. Today was different. Had this scheduled at noon, and I'm usually finishing my article at that point. So I just posted one that I read earlier by Heather Reese. Oh man, what's her other last name? She has a three-part name, but it was so good. I read several takes on the thing last night because, like you, fuck no, I'm not going to watch that. I know what to expect. Like you said, he's
yeah,
just going to sit there stroking his ego and trying to jerk his little tiny cock in front of the world. So I wasn't going to watch that. I knew I could read, and I read stuff last night. Even people wrote stuff quick and posted it. So I
yeah,
found my favorite one, and I said, "All right, I want to feature this today because you and I were going to start this at noon our time." And oh, Heather nailed it. It was great. You guys should check that out. I posted it. It actually dropped right after we started this. I scheduled it, but give her the credit. She really wrote just a hell of a takedown on him. And I don't mind sharing other authors' stuff because I want them to go out to even bigger. She's got a bigger audience than I do, but I have to think it helps if we share other people's articles and stuff here and there. Um, when it really hits hard, I want everybody else to see it just like I
Yeah.
did. So it was pretty terrific. And yeah, I knew that was going to be like that though. You knew it too.
Yeah. Yeah.
We all know like what to expect when um that
He
shit's about
talks.
to go.
Yeah, I mean, he's pretty predictable. Like I said, it's nothing he says anymore really surprises me. He's going to be as ridiculous as possible. He's going to try to be as offensive as possible because that's what'll make the headlines. You know, that's
Oh,
been his
big time.
strategy since the beginning. You know, he's gotten billions and billions of dollars worth of free advertising simply because he runs his mouth. You know, in a very
Yeah.
controversial way, and so that's like what I said on the Daily Whatever show this morning, and I stand by it, is if all of a sudden everybody around the world who truly despises Trump quit paying attention to him, quit making posts about him, quit talking about him at all.
Mhm.
Just like a toddler throwing a tantrum in a store. At first, they're going to get louder, more obnoxious. They might grab some shit down off of the shelves and toss it around in an attempt to get your attention again. But if you
Right.
fucking continue to ignore them, eventually they're going to realize that they're not getting the attention they were before, and they're going to give up. You know, with a toddler, with him, he's going to fucking implode. You know, he's going to eventually do something so fucking crazy that even his own following can no longer turn a blind eye. You know, and I truly do believe that. But it's not
Yeah.
going to happen because he is for better for worse, you know, I was going to say for better or worse, but for worse, he is a very he's a very bright personality, and I don't mean bright in a good way at all. I mean, it's like a
No, it's
burning
not.
fucking dumpster fire bright, you know what I mean?
Yeah. You can't ignore it because it's like so fucking big, the personality,
Exactly, yeah.
but not
It's like a
intelligent, bright. Not, yeah, obviously
no, it's like
not.
it's bright like a fucking meteor heading right for Earth, about ready to cause the dinosaurs to go fucking extinct, and that's essentially what he is.
Yeah, bright like a comet that's about to burn out because that motherfucker is on his last leg. You can't tell me. To me, it's a contest between him and RFK Jr., Heroin Bob, who's going to die first. Heroin Bob sounds like a swamp cooler that just got thrown in the lake and it's still plugged in and it's just slowly about to go. Like his voice, just like him and Trump, between Trump's breathy little, well, sound like you should work on a 1-900 number, but nobody would pay for it because your boner would go like, cotton candy fucking hair. Man, fuck Donald Trump. It's like a hot dog skin that got dropped on 7-Eleven's floor and it's like been rotting for like months.
Yeah, no, he's I don't know, man, and that's the thing is, like because, you know, I have, like, conservative individuals I still talk to and stuff, and that's, one thing that, I truly do believe is you should be friends with your enemies because then you have something you can learn from them, you know, and so I'll message them and get their opinions and viewpoints and stuff like that, and I was discussing it with one of them the other day, and, I told him, I was like, "Honestly, I haven't liked Trump since The Apprentice." You know, I don't necessarily have words to explain why I didn't like Trump during The Apprentice. You know, I really don't, but I didn't, you know, and so before he even ran for president, I was speaking out against him. You know, I was talking about how he's not a good guy, how he is just a narcissist. You know, I guess I'd been around enough like narcissists, like, you know, my fucking uncle, that
Yeah,
I saw it, you know what I mean? I saw what he was. He didn't even have to give a speech. I didn't have to go to a fucking rally. You know, since then I've listened to him and I've been like, yep, that's exactly it. That's exactly what I fucking thought he was, you know, because it is. And just
predictable.
like now, like the State of the Union, I wrote it down and stuff, and just because I wanted to, you know, have, you know, evidence that I was, you know, right. And I
Yeah.
was, you know, he fucking talked about everything I fucking knew he would because he's a fucking predictable narcissist. You
Yeah, he
know,
doesn't have
there's
talent, so he just has consistently bullying
Yep.
tendencies. And so you know what to expect. You knew what you were going to read the next day. When I read Heather's takedown of him, I'm like, yep, that's exactly how I knew it was going to go. He's
Yep.
not going to surprise us by suddenly being acceptable, by suddenly being appropriate. No, he's always going to be the same piece of shit he's always been. And yeah, MAGA, you can have him. Fuck him.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
pay your higher prices on all your consumer goods and lose your jobs, lose your medications, watch your family members die. Goddamn. Like, but
Yeah.
what we shouldn't have to be dragged along with it. There ought to be like a I don't know. I think I still say he's gonna be gone before the 4th of July. My prediction is he dies before the 4th of July from a heart attack or a stroke because he's always fucking pissed off, throwing big baby fits. He's gonna stroke out or have a heart attack over some bullshit. And that's if they don't get him out of the Epstein files. Now, obviously, those are still uh getting a lot of attention, but they're also not there's just not enough action other than in
Yeah.
the United States. All over the world, people are getting arrested for this shit, but not here because, he controls everything or we're too apathetic or a combination of all of that bullshit. But something's gonna happen. If they can arrest a goddamn former prince of England, you
Yeah.
can't tell me they can't take down a dipshit like Donald Trump.
Well, here's the thing is like I think that if all of a sudden they are going for him and they are going to actually arrest him and like prosecute him for his, relationship with Epstein and the things he did with that guy and I think that he'll fucking pull a Hitler, dude. I really do.
You think he'll
Because
like self-terminate?
yeah, I think so because like people like
Interesting.
him are ultimately fucking cowards. I
Yeah.
mean, I look at him like a bullfrog, that inflates its gut, in order to look bigger so that it can scare off predators. It's just a fucking show. It's not real. That bullfrog can't actually fight off a real predator. It just has to hope that its boisterous, personality, and methods, scare it off and keep it safe, and that's all he is. I really believe that, he is connected to a lot of people that were connected to Epstein, and that a large part of the reason that he became president in the first place was to cover up all these crimes for all these fucking millionaires and billionaires. And I mean, the fact that he keeps on giving, passes, keeps giving pardons
Yeah.
to individuals that are absolute trash. I mean, there's people who have actually, scammed school systems and, scammed the American people with, fake health and medicine and, all this different shit. Like he's giving them fucking pardons.
Yeah.
And so like it's clear that he's protecting all these wealthy fucking pieces of shits. And that's why these news companies are supporting him instead of, telling him to go fuck himself is because somewhere in their group of people in their network are people who were involved in these crimes, who were involved in Epstein or involved in, some sort of espionage or, some sort of, laundering and trafficking and all these different things that these people get away with because they seem to be able to operate on a different level of rules and laws than we do. They don't seem
Oh,
to be held accountable to the same standards as a regular individual, and it's
it's all
disgusting.
it's always been that way too. So, like our prison for profit thing, they target, minorities. They target people that like got caught shoplifting because they're broke as fuck. They're trying to
Yep.
steal stuff to sell it to feed their families. Not that that's okay. I'm not justifying it. But
Right.
if you took all the crimes that blue collar criminals do, like theft and stealing, and you compare what we lose there versus what CEOs and white collar people are embezzling from their oh, it's not even close. We're losing
Yeah.
way more money, but there's a different set of justice for white people, especially white
Right.
rich people. Racism has never not existed in the United States, and it's
Yep.
just Trump has fanned the flames of that. And so all of these dipshit MAGAs are worshiping these billionaires, and they instantly, oh, he couldn't have done that. Not Trump. He couldn't have been a rapey pedophile, even though he's
Yep.
been a rapey pedophile his whole fucking adult life, and there's a history of it.
Yep.
Um, yeah, well, I don't know why that's so hard for them to believe. It's like they're not
Yeah.
doing the homework. They don't wanna know. They just wanna keep their racist guy. They wanna own a lib. That's the stubbornness, the pride, and the willful ignorance that has us right where we are, and I'm sick to death of it. It just drives me
Yep.
fucking crazy.
Well, I'm sick of it too, and I guess we've been going for an hour and 15 minutes now. So I guess
Yeah.
it's a good place to be sick enough of it to stop. And
True.
thank everybody for coming. Appreciate it. If you're not subscribed to the Mouthy Renegade Writer, please go do so immediately. Like right fucking now. Go do it. Don't argue with me. All
Do
right.
it.
And
I
if
got a
you're
treat for
someone who
me.
came here to view him and you're not subscribed to me, please consider doing so right fucking now. Don't argue with me. All right, just kidding. So
There we go.
and
Had to get
there's
moved.
some mooch for some last little bit of puppy love here.
Gosh,
Um
she was mostly like sleeping the whole time, but I did give her a treat, and then you guys probably noticed it, but you were talking about something, so now she get another treat, and she's doing good. Her little eyeballs going down for the swelling. She's on her antibiotics. I have to give it to her in a tiny peanut butter sandwich, and now she wants to escape so she could chew this with
yeah,
use
she's
her
like, I
little
want to
baby
eat.
paw.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna get her up here, and then she could say goodbye. All right, Mooch, say bye to the fans. Oh,
Bye, Mooch.
Mooch. She's like,
Bye.
"Put me down, you big asshole." All right.
Yep.
At least you got
Thank you. Of
a little camera time, but thank you for having me on
course.
your live, brother. It's always a good time, and we need to do it more than every month and a half. I feel like once a month would sure be nice.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think that would be a good one. I think that especially if we alternate maybe. So this month, I had you on mine. If you have me on one of yours
Yeah,
next month,
yeah,
then
for sure.
the following month on yours on mine, and we just do that back and forth. I think that would be really good.
Yeah,
So
they get emailed to each of our whole subscriber list, but when we do them live, it's cool. Like when you initiate one, I initiate one. We just have a good time. I think a lot of our people are starting to overlap too, because I'm always trying to tell everybody they should follow you, and when I'm on yours, that helps as well. So I think it's just a good thing. I have a great time doing it. I sure enjoy it, and
yeah,
we'll have to get together soon in person too. Because I swear to God, you live right down the street here.
yeah.
We're
I know
actually
we
very
live
close
like we
neighbors.
live like a block away from each other at the most, and we like
Yeah.
are like so busy working all the time. We're like, fucking stay at home.
Yeah, well, we'll get to it. Like we're trying our best to do what we can do to support each other's work and to grow on Substack here. It's just wonderful to be with you guys though too and um have a good time. We do a lot of joking. We don't talk only politics just because it's more fun to bullshit and do what we do. So, thank you brother. I appreciate you so much for having me on.
Yeah, thank you for coming on. Thank you everybody for coming in. Thank you for the Michael Solis, Good Showman, Truth to Power. Thanks, Hi Mooch. Thank you for coming. Thank you, Robin, for coming. Thank you, everybody. I
Yeah,
appreciate every single one of you, and I hope to see you guys all around in the future.
absolutely. We'll see you next time.
Bye, everybody.
Goodbye. How do we